to win the national championship and the gold medal. As Zunjens draws a 4-pitch walk to lead things off. Now to bring up Archie Wallace. Wallace is 1 for 3 today. But his contribution to Adelaide's performance has been on the mound. He went 5 1/3 innings, 11 strikeouts, only gave up a couple of runs on 3 hits. So a Herculean performance for the left-hander. He drills that one into left field. Wastes no time there, does Archie Wallace, and now he finds himself on first base and turns it over to his battery mate for the day, Brock Harding. You see that there, frozen rope in the gap. Nice work by Francis to get that ball in. Zunjens gets the second on the play. Jasenko misses high there. Zunjens will scamper to third. Wallace to second. Now 2 runners in scoring position as the rain resumes its painful appearance in today's proceedings. One 1-0 on Harding. That one popped up in the air, and that'll get out of play. Will no doubt land in a puddle somewhere. Two days of beautiful sunshine. We did know the weather was coming through. It did last night, and it looked like it was going to be mostly clear, but as that one fouled away as well by Harding. But it's decided to rear its ugly gray head. And hasn't spoiled the day just yet, but certainly hasn't made it comfortable for the players out there. That one finds the outside part of the plate, and Harding is going to go down looking. Not pleased with that call, but given the late stage of this game and the weather, you got to be ready to swing. Got to bring Zach Gratton to the plate, and he's been a story for Adelaide Armada for, without a doubt, 3 for 3 so far today. A couple of singles and an RBI double. He's going to look to add to that hit total as he goes from being hitless to being, well, not being hit. I guess that wouldn't be the right way to put it, but the ball has certainly felt his presence today. He hits that one back up the middle, and that'll be a 4 for 4 day for Zach Gratton as 2 runs come in. So not only is it a 4 for 4 day for Zach Gratton, but it is a 3 RBI day for him as well. And I tell you what, Zach Gratton has come alive here in the late stages, and for Adelaide Armada going into this championship double elimination series, that is a welcome presence in the hit column. So Zunjens and Archie Wallace both score on the single from Zach Gratton, and we'll go to Harrison Malik here. He's going to look to continue to add on. 14-3 now the score for Adelaide. Senko's first pitch misses, and good job by Wicks to dig that one out of the dirt. Looking a bit soggy behind the plate there for Wicks. That one misses outside, or inside, sorry. That finds the zone there. Malik sort of ducked back like he thought it was coming at him, but that was piped down the middle. Just at the door of the booth and see the raindrops pipping the puddles. Swing and a miss there from Malik. That one had some nice horizontal movement for Jasenko. He finds himself now with a 2-2 count. Still only one out in the inning. It is 2-2 offering. And that one just a bit outside. Malik holds off. This is high there, and Malik draws the walk. So runners on first and second now for Flynn Deinelt. Deinelt 1 for 2 today. Walked his last time up. Singled and scored back in the first. Sorry, back in the second. That was the first offering from Jasenko off, and that ball will get nice and soggy. Angus Deer waits on deck. Harvey Ingram will follow. Jasenko looks back and throws the ball into center field. Interesting pickoff there. That one just misses. One and one now, the count on Deinelt. That ball off the end of the bat, and it'll find some grass and kicks away from. Looks like it kicked away from Ethan Uncle, who tried to make a play on it, but didn't go anywhere, and that allowed. Let's have a look here. Looks like he got the out at second base. So Zach Gratton advances on the play. Harrison Malik out at second. And Flynn Deinelt now the runner on first. Sorry, it took me a minute there to work out what had happened. That one back at the fence. Deinelt will take second base, but Gratton stays put. So a 5-4 putout on Harrison Malik at second. And now Angus Deer has runners at second and third, 2 outs in the inning. That one in for a strike, gets away from Wicks, but no one's going anywhere, and the ball rolls around in the wet. One and one the count now on Angus Deer. That finds the outside part of the plate for strike two. 1-2 now the count. Flynn Deinelt, the runner on second, and Zachary Gratton on third. 2 have come across for Adelaide in the top half of this inning. That one just misses. Gary Arnell said not quite close enough. Now that'll run the count to 2-2. They said no, he held up on that one. That was a call made by first base umpire Sean Bourne. And that'll take the count to 3-2. The payoff pitch. That one misses. So a 2-out walk drawn by Angus Deer. That'll load him up for Harvey Ingram. And Cooper Jasenko just hoping to get out of this one here. And good news for baseball fans is some blue skies appear to be on the horizon. They seem to be getting ready to float over the top of us as Ingram swings and misses on the first offering from Jasenko. 14-3, Adelaide leading Cronulla Black. This is the first game of our finals rounds today. Second game coming to you shortly after this one concludes. That'll be Southern Titans from Western Australia and Gold Coast Cougars from Gold Coast, Queensland. Another good pitch from Jasenko there. Gets a swing and a miss from Ingram. And Ingram now in the hole 1-2. That one spoiled by Ingram as he fouls it back to the backstop. And swing and a miss there. And that'll be all she wrote for Harvey Ingram. And that should end the day for the Adelaide batters. But they still plate two, and they go into the bottom of the seventh, leading this game by a commanding 14-3 margin. Cronulla Black coming up to the plate. Tim Wicks, Ethan Uncle, and Axel Stubbs looking to give the Cronulla Black team a little bit of life here on Baseball Plus. Bottom of the seventh, three more outs for Cronulla to try and get back in this game and tie it up. They'll need 11 runs to do it, so an uphill battle, but not unheard of. Tim Wicks, Ethan Uncle, and Axel Stubbs will try and get things started here for Cronulla, and first pitch from Cooper Scarabati fouled off towards the Adelaide dugout. That one over the head of Wicks. As the score indicates, it's been pretty much all Adelaide from both sides of the ball. Archie Wallace, the hero for Adelaide from the mound. He threw 5 1/3 innings, 11 strikeouts. That ball misses low, so Scarabati falls behind in the count now, 2-1. On the offensive side, it's been pretty much top to bottom excellence from Adelaide. Big highlight there, Archer Spratt with 2 home runs in this game. Ethan Zunjan's added a back-to-backer back in the 5th inning. And the other big story, Zach Gratton breaking out of his mini slump in this tournament and going 4 for 4 today. 3 RBIs as Scarabati walks Wicks to start things off. Going to bring up Ethan Uncle Uncle provided some home run fireworks of his own back in the second inning with a solo blast to center. And he takes ball one high there. And just over his head. 2-0 now the count on Uncle. That one skips in the dirt, and that'll allow Wicks to dash to second on the pass ball. Well, the good news is, looking at the radar, it should be fairly clear for the rest of the day after those little showers this morning. Looking out my window right now, I see nothing but blue skies. That ball misses low, so a 4-pitch walk issued to Ethan Uncle. That'll bring up Axel Stubbs. Stubbs 0 for 2 today. Did reach on a pass ball on strikeout on strike 3 back in the 5th. That looks like that may be all she wrote for Scarabati. He did come in and do a nice job. And let's see who they're thinking about bringing in. And that looks like it's going to be Archer Spratt. Try and finish this game off. Spratt was excellent in the first game for Adelaide, and looks like he'll be applying his fastball here. Try and get out of this game. We'll go to break. Be right back here on Baseball Plus. We're back here, bottom of the 7th. 14-3 Adelaide leading Cronulla Black, and Archer Spratt on to try and get the last 3 outs of this game. Cooper Scarabati issued walks to Tim Wicks and Ethan Uncle to start off the 7th here. And now Spratt comes on, hard-throwing righty, looking to shut this down and shut the door on Cronulla. First 2 pitches miss low. 2-0 now, the count on Axel Stubbs. Mason Hayes Conway waits on deck, and he'll be followed by Ned Rankin. As Spratt misses 3 straight. All in the same spot. So at least there's some consistency there, and just needs to find Gary Arnall's strike zone. And 4 pitches and another walk issued to a Cronulla batter. That'll bring up Mason Hayes Conway, is 0 for 2 today. He'll come in with bases loaded and nobody out. And Spratt finds the strike zone there for strike 1. He can lock himself in here. This will be a tough ask of this Cronulla team. That one chopped to the second baseman, Dynelt, and he'll wisely take the out at first. That'll allow Wicks to score. But for Adelaide right now, outs are more important than runs. So 4-3 put out on Hayes Conway, and that'll bring up Ned Rankin. 14-4 the score now. That one gets away from Harding. And they'll get a new ball, most likely. That one's probably a bit soggy. It's a 10-run lead for Adelaide, so yeah, that was a smart play by Dynelt to get the sure out rather than try and turn a double play or get a lead runner or anything like that. Good thinking by the young second baseman. Spratt pumps that one in for a strike. Rankin a bit behind on that one. Strike two. 1-2 now the count. That one finds the outside part of the plate, and Rankin goes down looking. A big out number two for Adelaide. And that'll bring up Zeke Coughlin. Coughlin 0 for 1. He walked back in the fifth, struck out in the third, and he represents the last hope here for Cronulla. He takes strike one on the outside part of the play. It looks like Spratt has locked himself in now after issuing a 4-out walk. And check swing there from Coughlin, but well behind. And Spratt now one strike away from finishing this game off for Adelaide. That one chopped down the first base line, right to Wallace at first, and he'll step on his bag, and that will do it. Adelaide, a dominant performance on both sides of the ball. They downed Cronulla Black 14-4 here in the first game of our finals rounds. Adelaide will move on to the qualifying match tomorrow at 9 a.m. Cronulla will go to the elimination match. That'll be played at 11:15. Both those games will be live here on Baseball Plus, so follow the action on baseball.com.au. We'll see you back here in a short break for Game 2 of the finals, Southern Titans versus the Gold Coast Cougars. I'm CJ Barnes. You've been listening to us on Baseball Plus. Had a nice spate of sunshine here in Lismore, and now you can see there's some dark clouds hanging over. But we've got baseball happening here at the Far North Coast Baseball Club. 2026 Australian National Intermediate League National Championships. And we've had a cracking 3 days so far, and it continues right here as we go into our second game of our finals round. This one between the Southern Titans, the number one seed out of the B pool, and the Gold Coast Cougars, who snuck in to the spot here for the number 2 of the A pool. And when I say snuck in, they got in a three-way tie between the Adelaide Armada, who finished first in Pool A, and Ride Red. And Gold Coast had a mission last night. They had to beat Ride Red, and they had to beat them by more than 5 runs in order to trigger the runs against tiebreaker. And they ended up beating the very good Ride Red team 15-8. That sees them here vying for a championship, and we're about to get underway. They'll take on a very, very, very good Southern Titans team from Western Australia. And to start it all off, Preston Taylor will step in against Big Taste Ahu from the Gold Coast side. And at 11:49, we are underway as Ahu's first pitch misses wide. Gold Coast used everything in their Swiss Army knife to get through into this championship series. As swing and a miss there from Taylor. 1-1 now the count. And here they are, and they are happy to be so. Taylor going to be followed by Jacob Golding. Jack Clark will bat third for the Southern Titans as Ahu misses low. Archie Golding batting fourth. Brody Carr in the 5 spot. Cody Knott will bat sixth. Alex Joseph, Archie Kennelly, George Fifield in the 7, 8, 9. Enzo Lee bats 10th. 11th will be Aiden Lehman, and rounding it out for the Southern Titans in the 12 spot, Tyler Komphaus. Those are your Titans hitters. And the first hit of the day comes off the bat of Preston Taylor. He lines that one into left field. Going to be picked up by Aiden Heschel and fired in. And this game is underway. Earlier game today, Adelaide Armada down Cronulla Black 14-4. So they move on to the qualifying final tomorrow at 9 a.m. And Jacob Golding steps in against Ahu. That one finds the outside corner for a strike. Ahu backed up with his battery mate Reef Bevan behind the plate. Kehu Bishop at third. Kicheng Huang at short. Ollie Hayward will play second, and Luka Masuda is the first baseman for the Gold Coast. In the outfield, Aiden Heschel, the left fielder. Isaac Foster in center, and Alex Stride will man right. So 1-1 count now. Sorry, make that a 2-1 count on... it's a 1-1 count on Jacob Golding. And pick over, check on Preston Taylor. Ahu's throw, not great, but a good job by Masuda to dig it out and keep Taylor exactly where he is. That one right down the pipe. Good throw, and collision at second base. What a throw by Reef Bevan, but Preston Taylor came in hard and collided with Kicheng Huang. And now Taylor is slow to get up. Huang appears to be okay, but Taylor a bit shaken up on the play, and looks like he got smacked in the face there a bit. And he'll trot off the field, and a round of applause for that young man there. Excellent work by Bevan and a great throw and a good job by Hong to keep that one in his glove and make the tag. More importantly for the Gold Coast, that cuts down that runner and gets out number one. Golding will step back in after the brief sojourn with a 1-2 count as Ahu comes set. And just misses a bit high, evens up the count at 2-2. Ahu, one of those really nifty gloves. I've seen a few of them here today. His second baseman, Ollie Hayward, also having one. That ball hit hard. Kehu Bishop Fields throws across, and they'll get the out at first. So a nice routine play there for the third baseman, Bishop. And just like that, 2 outs now in this game. Clean field there. Sets his feet and throws, and that's about as textbook as it gets. Nice work by Bishop. Speaking with Ben Foster, head coach of the Gold Coast Cougars, this is a very young team. Played together for a few years, but they came in here knowing that there was some really strong competition, and that one right back to Ahu. Doesn't field it cleanly, but plenty of time, and gets the out. So Jack Clark retired on the comebacker to the pitcher, and we go into the bottom of the first. This game, no score yet. Championship Series baseball for the Intermediate League here, live on Baseball Plus.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
Little League on 3. 1, 2, 3. Little League. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Bottom of the first here on Diamond 3 at the beautiful Far North Coast Baseball Club. We're getting a little bit of sunshine filtering through. And that means baseball is alive and well here in Lismore. And Gold Coast Cougars coming up to bat in the bottom of the first. Isaac Foster will step in against Brody Carr, whose first pitch goes high. And Foster looks to lay down a bunt. Fouls it off, and he's evens up the count at 1-1. Foster will be followed by Aiden Heschel. Luka Masuda bats third. Jaden Zhang, the fourth hitter. Reef Bevan in the 5 spot. Kichang Huang in the 6 spot. That one just misses. Might be a bit high. Kehu Bishop in batting 7th. Jack Relsback, Alex Stride, Luke Jenkins, 8, 9, 10. Teisahu, the starting pitcher, in the 11 spot, and Ollie Hayward will round it out in 12. 3-1 now the count on Foster. That ball misses high as well, so Foster draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring Aiden Heschel to the plate. Brody Carr gets the nod for the Southern Titans, and he'll be pairing up with Jack Clark behind the plate. Preston Taylor at third, Archie Golding and Jacob Golding up the middle in short and second respectively, and Alex Joseph, the first baseman for the Titans. That ball hit hard to Jacob Golding, flipped to Archie Golding, and in time to get the double play. We haven't seen many of those so far this tournament, but there is a beautiful one, a Golding to Joseph, twin killing, and that walk issued by Brody Carr erased. So 4-6-3 double play, and there are quickly 2 outs in this inning, and that'll bring up Luka Masuda. Masuda having a great tournament, hitting .600. He's got a double to his name and an RBI as well. That one misses outside. In the outfield for the Southern Titans, Archie Kennelly mans third, Cody Knott in center, and Aiden Weeman is your right fielder. Both these teams played well so far in the tournament. The Gold Coast's only loss coming to the Adelaide Armada as that one misses outside. 3-0 now the count on Masuda in the opening game of the tournament, and since then they've played very well. Beat the Eastern Phantoms, and Masuda draws a 4-pitch walk. And the important thing in that win against the Phantoms, they didn't give up any runs, which set them up in that game last night against Ride Red, who I think came into this tournament not a heavy favorite, but certainly a team to watch. And allowed them, they managed to score quite a few runs, but put them in a position to be able to win that tiebreaker scenario, and win it they did, and that finds them here vying for a championship. Jaden Zhang will step in against Brody Carr. Carr checks over and throws that one away, and speedy Luka Masuda will dash to second base. So a attempted pickoff. We'll call that an E1. Attempted pickoff from Carr ends up with Masuda on second and first runner in scoring position today. Zhang hitting .625. He's got 4 RBIs and looking to add to that total here as he takes strike 1 from Brody Carr. Chops that one at the first baseman, Joseph, who will field his position and takes the easy out. So nothing doing with the runner stranded on second. We're going to go to the top of the second. This game is knotted up at 0. Championship Baseball live here on Baseball Plus.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground from his knees. She is safe.
I can, and I will.
Big game for Mo'ne Davis.
And I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
Top of two here at the 2026 Australian Intermediate League National Championships. Day 3, our finals round. 2 games to be played today. In this championship bracket. 2 games to be played in the consolation bracket as well. For the games here on Baseball Plus, we had game 1 earlier today. Adelaide Armada down Cronulla Black 14-4. So they move on to the qualifying final tomorrow at 9 a.m. And they will face the winner of this game. The winner of that qualifying final game, they will advance to the gold medal game. Now, the loser of that game, Cronulla Black, they will await the loser of this game. They'll play in the elimination final. Whoever loses that game is eliminated from the tournament. Whoever wins goes to the preliminary final to play the loser of the qualifying final. And the winner of that goes on to play the winner of the qualifying final for the gold medal. So a lot of baseball still left to be played, and we'll start things off here in the top of 2 with Archie Golding, and he pops that one up in the air. It looks like there's a chance, and that'll fall into the grass, out of the grasp of Alex Stride, and Archie Golding finds himself with a stand-up double. So a big double that'll lead things off here for Southern Titans. And Golding continues his good work at the plate. That ball just up in the air and just continued to slice away from Alex Stride, who tried to keep Stride with it, but it ended up falling and finding some grass. And now Brody Carr will step in with a runner in scoring position. And Teisahu's first pitch to him in for a strike. Carr hitting .286. The aforementioned Archie Golding hitting .857, so not really a surprise to see him standing on a base there. Carr with 1 RBI so far in the tournament, and he'd love to add another one here and open up the scoring for the Titans. That one, this is high. So 2-1 now, the count on Carr. Swing and fouled that one off his, looks like Carr fouled that one off his ankle as he's clutching his left foot. And he'll take a few steps around, try and get some circulation back in there. In the earlier game in the consolation bracket, Ride Red ended up beating the Melbourne Twins 15-2. So they will move into the winner stages of the consolation bracket. And they will play the winner of the Eastern Phantoms and Brisbane Metro. A game currently underway, and Brisbane leading that one. Big swing and a miss there. That one will get away from Bevan, but he fires to first base in time to get Carr. Golding stays put, so a big strikeout and a throw out there for the Gold Coast. Most importantly, Archie Golding stays put. Bevan has played shortstop for the Gold Coast for much of this tournament. With a big game on the line here, they move into the backstop. That'll bring up Cody Knott, and Knott shows bunt, but fouls it back to the net. That's what's fun about this level of baseball when you get up into these championship series. You get a lot of that good small ball, a lot of technical aspects of the game become very important. You got 2 great teams here, Gold Coast and Southern Titans. Titans, of course, winning Pool B. That one in there for a strike on Knott, so he finds himself down 0-2, and Ahu in command of this at-bat. Not hits that one right back to Huang. Fires over to Masuda, and they get the out at first. Archie Golding does advance on the play, but more importantly, a good solid out. Ki-Cheng Huang tossing it over to Luka Masuda. And there is now 2 outs in the inning for Alex Joseph. Southern Titans with a run 75 feet away. And Joseph swings and misses at a breaking pitch in the dirt. And that ball misses just outside. Gold Coast had a little bit of a disadvantage in this game based on how they sort of set up the pool play. Southern Titans, that ball hit hard but foul down the left field line. Southern Titans played their first 2 games on Thursday, which means they only had 1 yesterday and only had to use 1 game's worth of pitchers, and so any pitchers that they used in those Thursday matchups would be available today if they threw less than 45 pitches, as Joseph strikes out, and that will end things for the Southern Titans in the top of the second. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. Gold Coast Cougars looking to put some runs on the board. Reef Bevan, Ki-Cheng Huang, and Kaihu Bishop will be up for them. We'll be right back here on Baseball Plus. Nothing the score here in the bottom of the second. Southern Titans take on the Gold Coast Cougars in Game 2 of our finals round for this championship series in the Intermediate League. Reef Bevan will step in and face Brody Carr. Carr's second inning of work. And his first offering misses outside. So as I was saying before the break, Gold Coast had to play 2 games yesterday, which means they used 2 lots of pitchers. Only used 3 against Ride, but all 3 of them threw too many pitches to make them eligible today. So Coach Ben Foster looking to how he can put together a pitching staff today. Tace Ahu so far has thrown very well for the Cougars. See how long he can ride that out. And Bevan hits that one up the middle, but Archie Golding right there to make a strong throw across, and Bevan is retired. That'll bring up Ki-Cheng Huang, starting shortstop for the Cougars. Huang hitting 333 so far in the tournament. He's got 1 RBI. That one gets through the glove of Jack Clark, but in the right spot for home plate umpire Sean Bourne. Joining Bourne on this umpiring crew, Zoe Richards at first and Gary Arnell, who plated the first game over at third. That one chopped foul down the third base line. And Huang currently in a 0-2 deficit. That one chopped right back to the pitcher Carr. Easy throw over to Joseph for a 1-3 putout. And 2 up, 2 down here for the Southern Titans in the bottom of the second. I'll bring up Kahu Bishop. Take another look here at the flick of the wrists and the chopper back to Carr. First pitch to Bishop. Misses to the outside. That one looked like it had a little bit of a wrinkle to it. Brody Carr with a bit of a slide ball action. And that one there misses outside as well. Bishop finished the game off last night. Came in the top of the 7th and knocked Ride Red down 1-2-3 to secure the win. And he chops that one down to the third baseman, Taylor. And 3 up, 3 down. Go the Gold Coast Cougars. We're going to turn over to the top of the third. Southern Titans bringing up Archie Kennelly, George Fifield, and Enzo Lee, trying to break this 0-0 score. Take another look here at this fine play from Preston Taylor. And he tosses across. Stay with us right here on Baseball Plus. We'll be right back after these messages.
Catcher rather, bounce straight back to the catcher. That one, line shot, Hikaru Kaneko.
Punch through to left field, glove is up and it is through. Hard shot from Ben Beasley and a diving Jackson Ham. Punch through, double play opportunity here for the Sharks. Opting to tag is applied and the throw to first.
Gonna miss, down on strikes, back-to-back strikeout.
That's hit through, oh what a catch. Oh, that is punched down to left field. It is glowing. It is over.
Strike 3, Brisbane North, your 2025 Australian Little League champions.
Tace Ahu back on the mound for the Gold Coast. He has been very good so far. Reese Bevan takes a little bit of a spill there as he throws down the second base. But he's still got this tough Southern Titans lineup to face. And he'll start it off with Archie Kennelly, nephew of ABL and Baseball Australia great Tim Kennelly. Plays for the Perth Heat, retired last season. Many consider him to be the GOAT of the ABL. Ahu's first pitch misses inside. That one doesn't miss there as Kennelly takes strike 1. Hitless so far in the tournament is Kennelly. And chops that one foul. So 1-2 now the count. George Fifield and Enzo Lee will follow Kennelly. Aiden Weeman and Tyler Compas will come in to round things off. That one fouled away. So we'll do the 1-2 all over again. The 1-2 cha-cha-cha. One lofted up into the air, and Huang gets it just behind third base. So a quick out here for Ahu. Good work by Huang. Taking a rounded path to get underneath that one and makes the easy catch. That'll bring up Fifield. hitting 143 here in the tournament. And he takes strike one. So with a depleted pitching staff, Ben Foster turns to Tesahu, and tell you what, he has been magnificent here through 2 1/3. That one in the dirt. Good work by Bevan, turning the glove and blocking that with the body. Good technique there from the young catcher. That one just misses outside. Good pitch from Ahu. Two-one to Fifield. Chops that one back to towards his dugout foul. And leaving the count up at 2-2. Two spoiled by Fifield as that one gets out of play behind us. Two again. That one misses high. 3-2. Count now full. Playing at this championship level, it's all about minimizing mistakes. Walks are pitching mistakes, though they do happen. And there's one there. Tesahu issues the walk to Fifield after getting ahead. So Fifield is aboard. They'll bring up Enzo Lee, and he's had a great tournament so far, hitting .429. Hasn't had a chance to get an RBI yet, but with Fifield on, there might be an opportunity. Not if Tesahu has anything to say about it. And after the throw out of Taylor back in the first inning, not sure if Fifield will be on the move with Reef Bevan back behind the plate. Lee fouled that first offering off, so he's down 0-1 in the count. Make that 0-2 as he takes that strike, and Bevan checks back on Fifield, but Fifield in standing up. Look at that throw. The 0-2. That one just misses high. Runs the count 1-2. That one hit high in the air, and Isaac Foster turns, and that one is going to get over the fence. Enzo Lee with a 2-run home run. A monster shot from the number 10 hitter. And the Titans will greet him at home plate a hero. As Southern Titans the first to put runs on the board. A 2-run home run off the bat of Enzo Lee. Got out onto that one. And all Isaac Foster can do is just watch it as it sails over the fence. So Southern Titans jump out to a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up Aiden Weeman. And Weeman is hitting 200 for the tournament. 1 for 5. Going in the dirt and hit Wayman, so he'll go to first on the hit by pitch, and that'll bring up Tyler Compass. Compass hitless in the tournament so far. He'll be looking to move Wayman over to second, so wouldn't be surprised to see him show bunt here as Ahu checks over. One out here in the top of the third. Southern Titans with 2 runs on an Enzo Lee blast to center. That one gets away, and that'll advance his chance there. Bevan with a good throw, but not in time, and Wayman in safe. Looked like a bit of a rough slide. (1-0) to Compass. Misses low, so that's 2-0 now. That misses low, and that'll be not enough for Wayman to try and swipe third. Bevan on top of that one. It's 3-0 now to Tyler Komphaus. Runner on second, Aiden Wayman. And Ahu fires a strike there. 3-1 the count. That one misses. So 3-1 count turns into a walk. To Tyler Komphaus, and that'll flip over to the top of the order. And I think Coach Ben Foster's out to have a chat with Tace Ahu and the rest of the Gold Coast team. As we turn over to Preston Taylor, starting third baseman for the Southern Titans. He singled his first time up and then was caught stealing by a bullet throw from Reef Bevan. So words of encouragement said from Coach Ben Foster, and Ahu will resume his position on the mound. And pick back on Wayman. Unsuccessful. Wayman is in the dirt on his belly. He scrambles up. First offering to Taylor, and he hits that one back up the middle, but right at Isaac Foster. Makes a great play on the run to get out number 2. Second time in this game that Taylor has hit it on the screws, but this time right at Isaac Foster. Center fielder doesn't hesitate and comes in to make that play. All the runners stay where they are. Now to bring up Jacob Golding, who grounded out to the third baseman Bishop his first time up. This time he flares it up in the air. Masuda gives chase, but that's going to get out of play. Just merely be a strike one. Golding hitting 125 coming into today's matchup. And that one's chopped foul between the legs of Bevan. And Golding now in a 0-2 deficit. 2 outs in the inning, 2 runners on, 2 strikes on the batter. Number 2 batter, even, Jacob Golding. That one low. The 1-2. That right over the inside part of the plate for a looking strike three. Golding goes down on strikes. But the Southern Titans strike first. They get 2 runs off an Enzo Lee 2-run blast. We go to the bottom of the third. This game leading 2-0 by the Southern Titans.
Nice to catcher, rather. Bounce straight back to the catcher. That one, line shot. Hikaru Kaneko.
Punch through to left field. Glove is up and it is through.
Hard shot from Ben Beasley and a diving Jackson Ham.
Punch through. Double play opportunity here for the Sharks. Opting to tag is applied. And the throw to first.
Gonna miss. Down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeout.
That's hit through. Oh, what a catch. Oh, that is punched down to left field. It is glowing. It is over.
Strike 3, Brisbane North, your 2025 Australian Little League champions.
Bottom of 3, Southern Titans leading the Gold Coast Cougars 2-0 here in Game 2 of our finals rounds. Winner of this game goes on to play Adelaide Armada tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the right to go directly to the gold medal match. Loser will play Cronulla Black at 11:15, and the loser there will be eliminated from the tournament. Winner will keep his championship hopes alive. Jack Railsback steps in against Brody Carr and swings and misses at a sharp breaking pitch there from Carr. Railsback, along with Tace Ahu, the only 2 players with home runs for the Gold Coast Titans. A leadoff home run here will cut the deficit in half. Railsback is hitting .375, but that fastball there wasn't quite quick enough on, and finds himself now in the count 1-2. And that fastball just misses off the outside corner. So 2-2, count now even on Railsback. And the breaking pitch there gets him swinging. So first out in the books in the third for Southern Titans. That'll bring up Alex Stride. Luke Jenkins waits on deck, and then the starting pitcher, Tace Ahu, will follow him. Stride swings and misses a fastball at the top of the zone. Carr seemed to be a bit iffy at that one. Chopped to Jacob Golding at second, who flicks on, and that'll get past Alex Joseph. An errant throw from Jacob Golding, and Joseph not able to adjust, and that puts Alex Stride on first base on the E4. So 1 out, but a runner on. Now Luke Jenkins steps in. Jenkins hitting .250. He takes that pitch there for a strike. So Brody Carr started off not really finding the zone too much in that first inning, but turned it back around, and now is in the third inning has found his groove. There goes Stride, and although there was a little bit of wobble in his stride, Jack Clark couldn't quite get the handle on the ball, and so no throw puts Alex Stride in scoring position. 1-1 now, the count on Jenkins. That ball misses low, 2-1. That fastball finds the zone, evens it up in 2-2. Make sure you stay up to date on all of your Intermediate League and Junior League Championship news. Go to baseball.com.au on social media and on the website, and check out the tournament information hubs. Find all of the day's recaps, highlights, and upcoming matchups for both the Junior and Intermediate League. After getting the count to 2-2, Brody Carr tosses 2 more balls, and Luke Jenkins gets a free pass to first base. So the Cougars with 2 runners on, and that'll bring the starting pitcher Tace Ahu to the plate. Ahu hitting .333. Does have 3 runs batted in, and Gold Coast would love to see 1 or 2 come across here. Carr's first offering low. Half-hearted swing there, but a really good jump by Alex Stride, and he swipes third base. Not a bad throw from Clark either. And I think Tace Ahu might have been called out for batter interference, as both Stride and Jenkins were sent back to first to their respective bases. Coach Ben Foster out to have a chat with Sean Bourne, the home plate umpire. And it looks like it's going to stand, so Ahu out on batter interference. 2 outs in the inning, and Alex Stride and Luke Jenkins both return to second and first respectively. And that'll bring up Ollie Hayward. Try and get the job done for the Cougars. Hayward hitting .400 so far. No RBIs yet. If he was ever to come up with one, now would be the time. First ball in the dirt. Swings at that one. There goes. And they get Stride at third base. A good throw from Jack Clark this time. And Stride cut down at third, and that will end the inning for the Gold Coast Cougars. We go to the top of the 4th. Southern Titans are leading this game 2-0 on an Enzo Lee blast. And some good pitching from Brody Carr and some good defense all around. We'll come right back here live on Baseball Plus.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
1, 2, 3, Little League. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Tace Ahu back out for another inning of work for the Gold Coast Cougars. He's looking to keep this game right where it is. 2-0 deficits. Southern Titans scoring 2 on the benefit of a Enzo Lee 2-run home run back in the third. But they'll start things off here with Jack Clark. And Ahu's first offering is hit hard, but right at Bishop, who fields it and flicks, and just in time. Sorry, that's Jaden Zhang over there at third, replacing Bishop. So Zhang couldn't find the handle right away, but found it quick enough to get Clark at first, and that's out number 1. That'll bring up Archie Golding. So a few defensive moves for the Gold Coast. Jaden Zhang, aforementioned, has taken over for Kahu Bishop at third. Jack Railsback is out in left now. Zahu misses high on Golding. And Luke Jenkins is taken over for Ollie Hayward at second. Not entirely sure where that missed, but it missed low. And Golding has the benefit of a 2-0 count. That misses as well, 3-0 now. Checking over on the consolation diamond. Brisbane Metro currently leading the Eastern Phantoms 3-2. That one in there for a strike. 3-1 now the count on Archie Golding. Golding doubled his first time up to lead things off in the second. And was left stranded on third base. And he'll head to first now on a free pass. So 1-out walk issued by Ahu, and that'll bring up Brody Carr, who has turned things on from the bump. One thing Titans, the two top teams in these two pools, Armada and Adelaide Armada and Southern Titans, both very strong pitching staffs. Who will check over on Golding, but Golding in on his belly. Not much to do there. We've seen some fantastic arms come through here in the last couple days. That one popped up in the air. Should be an easy play for the second baseman, Jenkins, and he'll let it drop, but they're able to get the out at second base. That is always the trouble with an infield pop-up. Archie Golding, nowhere to go. Don't want to get doubled up, so have to stay close, and then as it falls, Jenkins has the presence of mind to get it and toss it to Huang at shortstop, or at second base to get the out there. So looks missed, but ends up just being a 4-6 putout. And Brody Carr takes over at first base. That ball hit up in the air and high. Jack Railsback under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So walk issued to Archie Golding, but all for naught. Score stays right where it is, 2-0 in favor of the Southern Titans. Gold Coast coming up to bat. Ollie Hayward, Isaac Foster, and Hayden Heschel. We'll be right back here on Baseball Plus.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
Girls on 3. 1, 2, 3. Little League. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Gold Coast yet to crack the scoreboard. Southern Titans have put 2 on the back of an Enzo Lee 2-run home run. Brody Carr will come out for his fourth inning, and he'll face Ollie Hayward in Carr's first pitch in the dirt. Hayward was at bat at the end of the last inning when Alex Stride was thrown out at third by catcher Jack Clark. So defense playing a big factor yet again in this game. Both teams playing very well. That one in for a strike on Hayward. 1-1 now the count. Gold Coast has played excellent defense. So have the Southern Titans. And Hayward stepping out of the box as he swings there. Carr pumps one in the zone. So 1-2 now. The count for Ollie Hayward. And Carr's curveball finds the zone there. And Ollie Hayward will head back to the dugout on a backwards K. And we'll turn over to the top of the table, and that's Isaac Foster, who walked his first time up and ended up getting doubled up in a 4-6-3 double play. Golding to Joseph affair. Carr's first breaking pitch there misses wide. 1-0. That's high. It's a 2-0 now on Foster. And Aiden Heschel waits on deck. Luka Masuda will follow him. And if we get to it, Jaden Zheng. So the good part of Gold Coast lineup here, as Foster watches that one go past for strike one. That misses up and out. So 3-1 now the count on Foster. Isaac Foster very speedy, so a good player to get on base, and he will get on base via the walk. That'll bring up the heart of the Gold Coast lineup. Heschel, Masuda, and Zheng. And then, of course, Reef Bevan to follow that. A good opportunity here for the Gold Coast. Foster takes off. Clark with a good, strong throw, but Foster just too quick. And he gets the stolen base. That was a good read by Isaac Foster on Brody Carr to get a terrific jump. And a runner in scoring position now for the Cougars. That ball misses outside. 2-1 now the count on... Sorry, 1-1 the count now on Heschel. And that one in for a strike, so 1-2. There goes Foster. And Heschel hits that down the line, but it's going to be foul. Foster with a heck of a jump, reading that move from Carr. And to Brody Carr's credit, a lot of young pitchers will see a guy running and they'll try and step off and ends up with a balk anyway. But Carr did a great job managing that. Heschel fouls that one away and spoils another 1-2. So good jump by Isaac Foster and a great job by Brody Carr to ensure that he delivered the pitch properly. Of course, Heschel flicks it foul and Foster has to go back. Heschel chases the high fastball and can't catch up, so he'll go down on strikes. That's 2 outs now in the inning. Third strikeout for Brody Carr. I'll bring up Luka Masuda. Masuda with a walk. Back in the first inning, his first time up. Lays off that ball there. Foster takes third. A little bit of a hesitation. A good throw by Jack Clark, but third baseman Taylor couldn't find the handle, and Foster now 75 feet away from the first run for the Gold Coast today. Peeled down to third base, and third base umpire Gary Arnell says Masuda did check his swing. That ball fought off, back into the fence. 1-1 now the count on Masuda. Jaden Zhang waits on deck. Chop down the first baseline and right at Joseph, who'll pick it up and step on the bag. So a 3 unassisted ends the scoring chances for the Gold Coast Cougars in the fourth. We flip over to the top of the fifth. And the Southern Titans are leading this game 2-0, but plenty of baseball left to go. We'll catch you here in just a few moments on Baseball Plus.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground from his knees. She is safe.
I can. And I will.
Big game for Monet Davis.
And I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
Top of five, Southern Titans leading this game 2-0. Tace Ahu back out to pitch here in the fifth, and why not? He has thrown a beauty apart from a home run given up to Enzo Lee. He has twirled a terrific baseball game. He'll face Alex Joseph to start things off, and Joseph a strikeout victim his first time up. That ball finds the zone there. Strike one on Joseph. Archie Kennelly will wait on deck. George Fifield will follow him, and the aforementioned Enzo Lee after that, as Joseph fights that one off back into the backstop. And now he is in an 0-2 hole. Go two, and that one up in the air. Huang giving chase and not able to make the catch, but Isaac Foster comes out of nowhere from center field to make the basket catch. The old Willie Mays style. Have another look here. Kicheng Huang had a bead on it, but it kept drifting on him. And Isaac Foster calls him off at the last minute, and there's the basket catch. What a play by the young center fielder for out number one. And that'll bring up Archie Kennelly and takes Ahu's first offering low. Kennelly flew out to the shortstop Huang earlier in the game. That one chopped down the third base line, but foul. And Titans head coach on the third baseline picks it up. That one hit, and that'll find a hole. Great stop. Nearly a great stop by Huang there in the hole, but it finds a gap, and Archie Kennelly with his first hit of the tournament comes at a great time here on the top of the 5th. Take another look here. Seeing eye single, as we call it in the industry. Just finds that tiny little gap. Great range shown by Keqiang Huang, but not able to snag that one, and probably wouldn't have had a chance to throw Kennelly out at first. Brings up Fifield. He'll chop one. Ahu will flip it, and not in time to get Fifield. So Fifield with the swinging bunt. Ahu couldn't field it cleanly. And the toss not in time to Masuda. So a bit of a misstep here for the Cougars, as Ahu couldn't field it cleanly. And by the time he flipped it, Fifield had made his way down. Kennelly moves up to second on the error. And now both runners will advance on the pass ball. So 2 runners now in scoring position for Southern Titans with nobody out. Sorry, with 1 out. How could I forget that terrific catch by Isaac Foster? Apologies, Isaac. Enzo Lee stands in. He takes that ball high. 2-0 now the count. Lee with the big knock. Back in the 3rd inning, and that's all the scoring that we've seen in this fantastically played baseball game. And Ahu misses low. Aiden Weeman will follow Lee as he takes ball 4 the hard way, right in the back. Nothing like a bit of insult to injury there. Draw the walk and get a bit of pain to boot. I think that'll probably be all she wrote for Tace Ahu. Has thrown a beauty. Coach Ben Foster out to talk it over with his team. Wait to see what they do. It actually looks like Ahu may be staying in the game. Although he seems to be rubbing his right arm, so not sure how much more he's got in him. He's thrown 70 pitches, and they will stick with Ahu to face Aiden Weeman with the bases juiced. Weeman looking to give that juice a squeeze and put some more runs on the board for the Southern Titans. So the base is loaded. Tace Ahu's first offering in there for a strike. As he looks to play the magician, get out of this one. Strike 2 at the top of the zone there on Weeman. Gold Coast defense playing in, trying to cut this run at home and keep this a 2-run ball game. The 0-2. That one chopped and will get over the head of Masuda. Nobody covering. Oh, my. So a Texas leaguer over the outstretched glove of Luka Masuda falls in. Luke Jenkins able to get the ball, but at that point nobody was covering first. And that one goes as a hit, and a run scores as Archie Kennelly comes in from third. Everybody moves up, and there's still only 2 outs. So good work by Tace Ahu getting the ball that he wanted, but just couldn't quite execute for the Gold Coast Cougars. And now Tyler Komphaus will stand in, take strike 1. So an unfortunate series of events there for the Gold Coast Cougars. So I like to say sometimes death by 1,000 cuts in those kind of hits. Kompous swings and misses at one up in the zone. But 3-0, 3-0. That is far from an insurmountable task for the Gold Coast Cougars, who put 15 on Ride Red yesterday. So they can score in bunches when they need to. And there's still plenty of baseball left here in this game. Bevan tries to frame that one up for his pitcher, but not able to get the call. So 1-2 now the count on Kompous. And Kompous not able to check his swing there, and he'll be rung up on a strike 3 swinging. So second out now in the inning for Ahu, and a big one. But we're turning over now to Preston Taylor. Preston Taylor has hit the ball hard twice, once for a hit, and the other time a great play by Isaac Foster in center field robbed him of another one. That one chopped to the third baseman, Zhang, who will just take his bag, and they will get out of this. 1-run crosses, but given the fact that there were bases loaded with only 1 out, I think that the Gold Coast Cougars will call that a victory, especially against this potent Southern Titans offense. See there, nice play by Zhang, knowing where to go. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. This game, 3-0 in favor of the Southern Titans over the Gold Coast Cougars. PTP offers a wide range of strength and conditioning equipment designed to make athletes stronger, more powerful, and ready to perform. Whether you're training at home, in the park, or at the gym, PTP has you covered. Visit ptpfit.com today and get the tools you need to power your game with PTP. We're back here, bottom of the 5th. Southern Titans leading the Gold Coast Cougars 3-0 in this second game of our finals rounds, championship series of the 2026 Australian Intermediate League National Championships. A chance to go to Livermore, California and play in the World Series on the line in this tournament. And for the Gold Coast Cougars, they're running out of time. But they've got 9 more outs to try and get some runs on the board, and they'll start things off with Jaden Zhang here, who will face in against Brody Carr in his 5th inning of work, and why not? He's only thrown 56 pitches, and he has twirled a beauty so far. I don't know how that one goes in there for a strike. 1-1 now on Zhang. I'm not sure how it's been scored, although I just looked at the box score, and Carr yet to give up a hit. So despite there being quite a bit of traffic on the bases for the Cougars, they have yet to get to Carr for a base knock. That's probably why they have a goose egg on the board so far. But Zhang will look to change that as he checks his swing there, and first base umpire Zoe Richards says no, he did not. So 3-0 now the count on Zhang. They make that 3-1, that one in the dirt, and Zhang draws the walk. So the ever important base runner on, leadoff base runner as well for the Cougars, and that'll bring up Reef Bevan, who grounded out to the shortstop Archie Golding his first time at the plate. Looking to capitalize on a leadoff walk are the Cougars. They would love to get on the board here, start chipping away. Not much of a lead, 3-0, especially in this tournament so far, but when you got a guy throwing like Brody Carr is right now for the Southern Titans, got to feel pretty good about a 3-0 lead. Ki-Chang Huang waits on deck as that one plunks Bevan in the left arm, and he is not enjoying that experience at all. Looked like it got him in the meat of the upper arm, and Brody Carr, say what you will, he's not throwing soft. That is going to leave a good-sized bruise, my guess is, for Reef Bevan. It's not the warmest of days either. Not cold. I'm in shirt sleeves myself here in the booth. But for Bevan, that probably smarts a little bit extra with the chill. Being a Gold Coast boy, he's not used to this kind of temperature. But 2 runners aboard now, and that'll bring up Ki-Chang Huang, who grounded back to the pitcher Carr in his first at-bat in the second. Takes strike one on the outside part of the plate. Golden opportunity for the Cougars. 2 on and nobody out. Strong part of your lineup coming up. And swings and misses there. That one well off the plate. Good pitch from Carr. And unlucky swing from Huang. So in the hole, 0-2. That breaking pitch gets away from Clark. And there goes Zhang to third, but ball skips away from Preston Taylor. It was a good throw by Clark. We'll have another look here. In the dirt, Clark pounces on it. Zhang not the fleetest of foot and didn't get a quick break, but Taylor unable to handle the throw and skips away. And now 2 runners in scoring position, and this golden opportunity has become shinier by the minute for the Cougars. Beautiful pitch, paints the outside corner of the plate. And Ki-Chang Huang heads back to the dugout with a backwards K. So 1 out in the inning. Kahu Bishop comes to the plate. Bish, as he's known to his friends. Hitting 111. That one drilled and right at the second baseman, Jacob Golding. So a good swing and a good punch for Bishop, but right at Jacob Golding, who makes the catch and retires Bishop. Good work by the runners to stay put. No double-up opportunities. So now it comes down to Jack Railsback. The foul is the first offering from Carr into the Titans dugout. Railsback already with a home run in this tournament. He decides to have a repeat performance. This game will be tied up. 1 swing of the bat. 1-1 the count. Carr fires, swing and a miss. And Railsback well behind that pitch. Carr throws hard. He's got a nice quick delivery as well. It's very deceptive. Railsback gets a bat on it, but you can see there from where that one ended up, well behind on a Brody Carr fastball. So 1-2, Railsback hanging on. That one in the dirt. Good take there. 2-2 now the count. Not a bad pitch from Brody Carr. See if you can get a chase in the dirt like that. Good work by Jack Clark, keeping it in front of him, making sure Gold Coast stays off the board. And Carr finishes off Railsback, swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the Gold Coast in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth. Southern Titans leading this game 3-0. We'll be right back with you live on Baseball Plus.
Past the catcher, rather. Bounce straight back to the catcher. That one, line shot. Hikaru Kaneko.
Punch through to left field. Glove is up, and it is through.
Hard shot from Ben Beasley and a diving Jackson Ham.
Punch through, double play opportunity here for the Sharks. Opting to tag is applied, and the throw to first.
Gonna miss, down on strikes, back-to-back strikeout.
That's hit through. Oh, what a catch! Oh, that is punched down to left field. It is blowing. It is over.
Strike three, Brisbane North, your 2025 Australian Little League champions.
It's a great time to join the Australian baseball community with participation rates up 11% over the last 2 years, 22% year-on-year in October, and retention rates well above industry standards. Our community becomes more vibrant by the day. Whether you're 7 or 77, a seasoned professional, or have no idea how to hold a bat or a ball, the baseball community welcomes you. Find your club using Club Finder on baseball.com.au. Top of six. Tace Ahu back out to work again. 78 pitches on the day, and he's looked fantastic. He faces Jacob Golding, and that one back up the middle. Reef Bevan makes a slick play from the shortstop position. He moves there from catcher after getting plunked in the left arm. And one pitch, one out. Perfection right there. That'll bring up Jack Clark, who is hitless today, 0 for 2. Archie Golding waits on deck, and he'll be followed by Brody Carr. Clark shows bunt, pulls it back, and Ahu fires in a strike. Now I doubt Jack Clark was seriously considering a bunt there. Defensive changes for the Gold Coast. As I said, Reef Bevan now playing shortstop. Ki-Chang Huang moves over to third base. Jaden Zheng will take over behind the plate duties. And the rest remains the same. Chopped to Huang, who lets that one through the wickets, and Jack Clark finds himself standing on first base. The E5. And that'll bring up a very dangerous Archie Golding. Here, chopped and just didn't hop the way that he thought it would. So Archie Golding steps in. He's 1 for 1. He had a double back in the second inning. Make that, second inning. I was right the first time. Check over on Clark, who dives back in. Clark with hair very reminiscent of the Brisbane Bandits' Dermot Fritsch. Long flowing blonde locks. That one hit hard out into left field. Railsback will field it and get it in. Clark advances to first on the single from Golding. That's his second hit of the day. And now the Titans are in business here with one out in the top of the sixth. bring up the pitcher, Brody Carr, and hasn't he twirled a dandy today? They check over on Clark again. Clark face down. Not much happening for Carr on the offensive side of things, but that hardly matters when you have yet to give up a hit to the opposing team. Not to say there hasn't been traffic, but certainly no hits for the Gold Coast Cougars, especially when it has mattered the most. But he takes strike one there from Tace Ahu. He's now touching 83 pitches. He can go up to 95. That one hit right back at Ahu, and he knocks it down and is able to make the play at first. My goodness, what a play. Knocked his glove off. But we'll definitely have to take a look at that one again, as that one was drilled back up the middle by Brody Carr. He's there, knocks his glove off, but Ahu with the presence of mind to stay with it and toss over to Masuda. That was a terrific play by that young pitcher. It looks like Carr will take over for Jack Clark on first. Sorry, Jacob Golding will take over for Jack Clark on third base. So both Golding and Clark advance on the play. 2 outs now in the inning. That brings up Cody Knott, who's 0 for 2. And it looks like Ahu's called for a balk. So Tace Ahu called for a balk here. Not really sure. They'll have a conversation. So if the call stands, Jack Clark in the form of Jacob Golding will score. This will be a 4-0 game. Umpires having a conversation out there. Not really sure what I saw Tace Ahu do. Now, balk is one of those rules that is... Nobody really quite understands exactly what constitutes a balk. There's a lot of motions and movements. And it looks like they will send the runners back, so the balk called off. Balk is usually defined as an attempt by the pitcher to deceive the runner. Now, whether that's intentional or not is up to interpretation, but in this case, it must have looked like Ahu was doing something funky, as he gets a swing and a miss there from Cody Knott. But from the replay, I couldn't really see what it was, and it certainly didn't look like he was trying to deceive the runner at all. In fact, both runners were standing on their base. I'm not really sure what was called there, but that ball is going to get out into the... And it's diving catch made by Alex Stride. My goodness, there looked like that was going to get down and score 2 for the Southern Titans, but Alex Stride comes in and makes a diving catch, and that will end the inning for the Southern Titans. So the lead still 3. Gold Coast preserves the deficit. We'll have another look here. Cody Knott with a good poke. And Alex Stride never misses one as he comes in and dives and makes that catch. And wow, we go to the bottom of the 6th. This game's still 3-0 in favor of the Southern Titans here on Baseball Plus.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon!
Girls on 3. 1, 2, 3. Little league. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Bottom of 6 here, day 3 of the 2026 Australian Intermediate League National Championships, and we've got a fantastic one here. 3-0 the Southern Titans over the Gold Coast, and the man who might have saved the Gold Coast in this game, Alex Stride, up to bat. Last inning, he robbed Cody Knott. He chops that one over to the third baseman. Taylor comes up firing and gets the out. Stride robbed Cody Knott of a 2 RBI hit. Diving catch in right field. And this game stays 3-0. More fantastic leather flashed over there for the Titans. Preston Taylor with a terrific play there. Now to bring up Luke Jenkins. Teisahu, the pitcher who has twirled a beauty today for the Gold Coast. He awaits on deck, and Ollie Hayward will follow him. And Brody Carr, who has also twirled a beauty. He's out for the 6th inning here. 75 pitches in, so he's got a little bit of breathing room. He doesn't seem to have lost any zip on the fastball there, as that one sails high on Jenkins, but Jack Clark, hear it popping his mitt. 2-1 now the count. Jenkins steps in and swings and misses there. Strike 2. Count evened up at 2-2. 1 out in the inning. Gold Coast yet to notch a hit against Brody Carr. That ball skips away and loads the count. Brody Carr has allowed a handful of base runners. Hit at least one, as Reef Bevan will attest to. He's walked 5. Only struck out 5, but we'll make that 6 as Luke Jenkins goes down swinging. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. I'll bring up Teisahu, who has absolutely nothing to hang his head about today. He has performed magnificently for Ben Foster and his Gold Coast team. It wouldn't go amiss to notch the first hit there, but Brody Carr has found another gear as he twirls that curveball in there for a strike. That one high and outside, but catcher Jack Clark, well, struggling to keep up with it. That finds the zone there. Strike 2. So Brody Carr 1 strike away from going 1-2-3 in the 6th. And that curveball will do it. Teisahu swings and misses, and that will be it for the Gold Coast Cougars in the 6th. We go to the top of 7. 3-0. Southern Titans lead this game. Alex Joseph, Archie Kennelly, and George Fifield will come up to bat for the Titans. We'll be right back here live on Baseball Plus.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground. From his knees, she is safe.
I can. And I will.
Big game for Monet Davis.
And I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
Top of the 7th inning, Alex Joseph will lead it off for Southern Titans. They lead this game 3-0 over the Gold Coast Cougars. Teisahu out for the 7th inning, and why not? This young man has pitched a beauty today. Misses inside to start things off, but not enough can be said about how well Ahu has stepped up for the Gold Coast Cougars. As he misses low there. Carried the load for Coach Ben Foster, and even if it is in a losing effort, it sets the Gold Coast up really nicely to be able to have most of their pitching staff back tomorrow. As that one's fouled back by Joseph. 2-1 now the count. Sometimes these tournaments are all about arm management for these coaches and their young players. So for Teisahu to take on this load today means that Ben Foster hasn't had to use anybody else, which will just work in the Cougars' favor, regardless of the outcome of this game. 3-1 now the count on Joseph. On the flip side of that, not enough can be said about Brody Carr and how well he's thrown as well. Absolutely dominant. And same principle for Southern Titans. Carr can finish this game. Strike 2 there on Joseph. Carr can finish this game. He will have saved Justin Golding, his pitching staff, for tomorrow's game as well, regardless of that outcome. So nice work, and that one lined right at Luke Jenkins, who snags it, and that's out number 1. It's kind of a tale of two pitchers, though. Teisahu, nothing flashy, doesn't have high velocity or anything like that. Haven't really seen much of a breaker out of him either, but consistently peppering the zone and getting the job done and giving these Southern Titans hitters, who have been very prolific through the tournament, fits. As Archie Kennelly steps in and takes strike 1 from Ahu. So Teisahu should absolutely be commended for his effort here today, as he gets a swing and a miss from Kennelly. The 0-2. Ahu just misses high. But Gold Coast have 3 outs to try and get back into this, as Kennelly fouls that one off back to the fence. A 3-0 lead is not as big as you think, especially at this league or at this level where runs can be scored in bunches. But Brody Carr continues the way he's been pitching. I don't think there's going to be a lot of give from the Southern Titans. That one chopped back up the middle, and Ahu fields his position well, but throws the ball. Oh, I thought he threw it over the head of Luka Masuda, but Masuda, with the hops, gets up there, snags it out of the air, and gets Archie Kennelly. Let's have another look at that. That is fantastic right there. Tell you what, as a pitcher, this is one of the hardest throws you have to make. But Masuda up in the air, gets it, and steps on it, and I think that's going to be it for Teisahu. And I don't know what Coach Ben Foster is saying to him right now, but whatever it is standing ovation worthy, and he'll get one from this Gold Coast fan club. That was a Herculean effort from the young right-hander to get his way all the way to 6 2/3 innings pitched. I mean, can't really say much more than that. We're going to take a quick break as Ollie Hayward warms up. We'll be right back here. Southern Titans leading Gold Coast Cougars 3-0 live on Baseball Plus. Top of the 7th inning, Gold Coast trailing the Southern Titans 3-0. Ollie Hayward on to get the final out of this game, which has been a fantastic matchup between the Southern Titans and Gold Coast Cougars. And our George Fifield will step in. Ollie Hayward trying to secure this last out, keep this game right where it is at 3-0, and give his team a chance to walk this thing off in the 7th inning. His first pitch misses low. Same glove as the starting pitcher, Tace Ahu, but different player as Tace Ahu takes a much warranted rest in the dugout, having done his team and the Gold Coast proud, as Hayward goes 3-0 on Fifield. Finds there that one soft popped up in the air. Luke Jenkins under it and makes the catch. So Ollie Hayward comes in and does his job. That'll take us to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Gold Coast Cougars to get 3 runs or more. Might be able to walk it off, but they'll have to deal with Brody Carr. We'll be right back here on Baseball Plus for the conclusion of Game 2 of our finals rounds. Bottom of the 7th inning, and this one's coming down to the wire. Southern Titans leading Gold Coast 3-0. And the Gold Coast with 3 outs to try and get 3 or more runs. Started off with Ollie Hayward, but they'll have to face Brody Carr, who has yet to give up a hit in this game. Hayward looks to change that and takes ball 1 high. This has been every bit a pitcher's duel as one would think. There's strike 1 there on Hayward. Tace Ahu for the Gold Coast goes 6 2/3. Gives up 3 runs. That one misses outside. Gives up 3 runs. 2 on the home run by Enzo Lee. But in 7 hits, strikes out 4, walks 3. But that line is nothing compared to the effort that young man put out on that mound, and it'll put his team in a great position to compete tomorrow. That one finds the zone there as Hayward takes strike 2. 3-2 now the count on the 12-hitter. Isaac Foster waits on deck. He'll be followed by Aiden Heschel and Luka Masuda. Good work by Hayward there. Just gets a piece of it and stays alive. Carr has allowed a fair bit of traffic, but as I said, has not allowed a hit today. That is likely why the Gold Coast still with a 0 on the scoreboard. And like Ahu, he has done a marvelous job. That one just misses outside. Wow. by the thinnest of margins does Ollie Hayward get a leadoff walk. And this is what the Gold Coast needs. They just need to keep that chain moving. And preferably get some hits. Carr doesn't look like he's slowing down in the least, though. That misses inside. So Carr also sets his team up, and Coach Justin Golding for a lot of success tomorrow. A lot of pitching options available to them now. That one inside on Foster. So 2-0 now on Isaac Foster. Aiden Heschel on deck. Luka Masuda, Jaden Zhang, and Reef Bevan all hoping to get a chance to get up. That one misses upstairs, 3-0. And if they can all reach safely and push through the lower part of the lineup, they might have a chance to walk this thing off and stun the Southern Titans. Foster takes strike one there down the pipe. That one in there for strike two. Not to say the Gold Coast Cougars don't have all the tools necessary for success. It's clear that they do, and they have a lot of grit as well, as shown by Tace Ahu. That one, just a piece of it, Foster got, and that means he gets to stay there in the batter's box. Good work by him just to get a tick of the bat. But I think on paper, most would have said, hey, look, they're the underdogs against Ride last night. They're the underdogs here. As Foster draws the walk, things are going to start to get real interesting here. And Coach Justin Golding is going to come out and have a chat, and that might be all she wrote for Brody Carr as he hits 98 pitches and gets a well-deserved hug from his manager as he heads out to the field. And what a performance from Brody Carr. Outstanding all day long. Gave up a few walks and hit Reef Bevan, but did not allow a hit, and that has kept his team in this game and kept the Gold Coast Cougars off the scoreboard. They'll bring in Jacob Golding, try and close this one out. We'll take a quick break, but we'll be right back here. This shaping up to be a very exciting end to this Game 2 of our finals round. Be right back here live on Baseball Plus. Back here live on Baseball Plus, Intermediate League Championship Series finals round, and this is shaping up to be a cracker. The tying run comes to the plate. Jacob Golding comes into the game to relieve Brody Carr after a magnificent performance by him, and they try the back pick there on Ollie Hayward, who read that the whole way. Ollie Hayward, the runner on second. Isaac Foster, the runner on first. Gold Coast still looking for their first hit of the game, as Golding fires that one in for a strike. Heschel represents the tying run. I think we still have no outs in this game, so plenty of potential here for some high drama on Diamond 3 at the Far North Coast Baseball Club in Lismore, New South Wales. Winner of this game goes on to play Adelaide Armada tomorrow in the qualifying match. That's chopped to first, and then so an interesting one there. Aiden Heschel chops the ball to Alex Joseph at first, who stepped on first to get the out there, then threw over to second. Archie Golding maybe didn't realize that Joseph had stepped on the bag and treated it like a force out, but it needed to be a tag, so Foster in safe. And Ollie Hayward moves up to third as well. So second and third now for Luka Masuda. Swings, and that one, it looks like he got a piece of that, or definitely a strike on the swing. Nowhere to go, though, as Jack Clark did a great job keeping that one in front of him. So one out. And again, the tying run on base, or at the plate. That ball will get through into the gap. They'll hold up Foster at first, or at third, but Ollie Hayward comes in to score the first run for the Gold Coast Cougars. And they are in business as Luka Masuda comes through with a one-out single and an RBI. And things are going to get really interesting from here as Jaden Zhang, best hitter on the Gold Coast team in this tournament, steps into the plate. And he is the winning run. So a lot of action here as he shows bunt. He pulls back, takes the strike, but that allows the tying run, Luka Masuda, to get into scoring position. So a base hit here from Zhang could put this game into a tie. Nothing like the last minute to get things done after Brody Carr dominated this Gold Coast team all day long. Now, all of a sudden, they've woken up. That ball chopped foul down the third base line. So now Zhang in an 0-2 hole. Reef Bevan will come up after Zhang, and Kichang Huang will follow him. So still some big bats for the Gold Coast. And Jacob Golding with a breaking pitch there gets Zhang swinging. A huge second out for Golding, and Jack Clark will call time and go out and have a quick chat with Golding. Brody Carr made a big impression on Reef Bevan in his last plate appearance. And by impression, I mean that of a ball on Bevan's left arm. See if that hit by pitch affects him at all in this one. So, down to the last out, the Gold Coast. As Bevan steps in, and that one kicks off the glove of Preston Taylor, but he stays with it and tosses it over to first base, and that ends the Gold Coast threat and the game. One of the best games I've seen played here in this tournament. And my goodness, it was a doozy. Two pitchers pitching their hearts out, two teams playing their hearts out. And Southern Titans down Gold Coast 3-1. But there is no losers here at all. Both teams get to play tomorrow, and both teams still alive in this championship. The Southern Titans will face off against the Adelaide Armada at 9 a.m. tomorrow in the qualifying match. Gold Coast, meanwhile, carries on to play Cronulla in the elimination match. And things will carry on from there to see who plays in the gold medal on Monday. But for these two teams here, there are no heads to be hung. Everybody played absolutely outstanding. Cannot find a fault in either team. That was just a tremendous effort on both parts. That'll do it for us here at the 2026 Australian Intermediate League National Championships. Southern Titans beat Gold Coast 3-1 in our second game. We will pick things back up tomorrow, 9 a.m., Southern Titans versus Adelaide Armada. I'm CJ Barnes for our entire team here at Spacequake. We will see you here at the ball field.